to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Meeting's called to order. Commissioner Warren's not here. I believe she's at a conservation conference in Harrisburg.
I make a motion to approve item number 1 on the agenda.
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, seconded by Commissioner Harwell to approve the minutes of the June 28th. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. Item number 2.
I make a motion to approve item number 2 on the agenda.
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, seconded by Commissioner Hall to approve item 2 on the agenda, to approve the cash disbursements, electronic payments. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 3.
I make a motion to approve item number 3 on the agenda.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, seconded by Commissioner Hall to approve item 3 on the agenda, correct the clerical error from the previous meeting, going from full-time to part-time. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I make a motion to approve item number 4 on the agenda.
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Hall to approve item 4 on the agenda. Again, approve another clerical error from the last meeting. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 5.
I make a motion to approve item number 5 on the agenda.
I will second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Hall to approve item 5 on the agenda. Approve the hiring of Austin Van Tassel of Montrose to the open part-time position corrections officer. Questions or comments?
Good question.
Yes.
Do you have mostly part-time at the jail, or are they kind of mixed?
No, we have mostly full-time, but we have a part-time group that we use, so when full-timers are off or taking vacations, we have the part-timers to fill in.
So that they can fill up and get more
Right.
hours? Okay, that's what I thought, but I want to make sure.
Yeah. All in favor?
Go ahead.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I make a motion to approve item number 6 on the agenda.
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Hall, approve item 6 on the agenda, approve the hiring of Taylor Sherman of Springville to the open union part-time position corrections officer. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 7.
Make a motion to approve item number 7 on the agenda.
I will second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Hall to approve item 7 on the agenda, approve the hiring of Kim Ward of Kingsley, the open full-time position of assistant office manager for the magistrate's office. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Item 8.
Make a motion to approve item number 8 on the agenda.
Second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Hall to approve item 8 on the agenda, to sign the following purchase of service agreements between Susquehanna County Children, Youth, and Christian Home of Johnstown, and also between Children, Youth, and Youth Services Agency and Jim Thorpe. Questions or comments? Yes.
I'd like to know, excuse me, but if it's Christian Home of Johnstown, does that mean children are being sent there? Like they are sent sometimes to Jim Thorpe?
They are sometimes sent there, but a lot of times they go to other agencies that are run by those facilities. I'd have to find out where they're actually operated out of.
Yeah, because, it's a long distance.
Some of them do go. We have some that are out in Pittsburgh right now.
Oh, really? So then parents have to then travel to see their children?
In those situations, the parents aren't traveling to see their children.
Oh, they're not allowed to see theirs?
Well,
If they're
there's
that
different
far.
circumstances.
Oh, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 9,
I make a motion to approve item number 9 on the agenda.
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Hall, approve item 9, to authorize the Commissioners to sign the renewal contract with Maximus Consulting Services. Questions or comments?
And what is that for? What kind of-
They do our cost accounting for us. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, public comment. Scoop?
First, can we go back to item number 7, where it's the approve the hiring? Since it's actually the magistrate's office, is it acknowledge the hiring?
Should be acknowledged. Are you okay with that change?
I am.
We
Yes, I
will
am.
change it now.
And I'll just, you can take these any, in any order you want. In XNG update, I'm also looking for a construction update and a comprehensive plan update.
Well, the easiest one is comprehensive plan. They're going through and tallying the information that was responded. So we hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be meeting with a consultant to see if how many responses we've gotten and what those results were. And then we'll move forward from there. Construction update, we are like 98% done. We have temporary occupancy right now, so you can walk through the building and use the elevators. We're probably, I would say safely, I would say probably another, probably a week and a half before it's 100%, or 2 weeks before all the contractors entirely gone. We still have to dig up out front here and re-pour the concrete to get it at grade. The inside is pretty much, just other than some touch-up paint and things like that. Stonework and the glasswork should be finished this week. And the canopy, that should be finished by like Monday or Tuesday.
And once that's done, are you gonna look to, like, move, and the public begins using the main entrance?
Yeah,
We're gonna look
it'll
to
become
move
the main entrance. Right now, a couple other things we're working on, because of all the codes we have to deal with, we have a lot of fire doors that are supposed to be kept closed. So right now, in the next few days, we're working on automatic units to hold the doors open. And then if the fire alarm goes off, it'll automatically release them, they'll close.
That would be beneficial, because it
Yeah,
gets
so
a
that
little
way the
crazy going
doors,
through there.
that way the doors will be open. Again, you know, this is a design that meets the latest codes out of Harrisburg. So, you know, you gotta have all these fire doors, every section's gotta be broke off, you just can't have a big open space anymore. So, so hopefully within the next 3 or 4 days that'll be done, and then we are looking at sometime in the near future having an open house to invite the public in once we get it all finished so that they can see what's been done.
And will you move the commissioner meetings to closer to that entrance, to like the?
It's a possibility. We may move to that conference room up there and use that conference room. We have to see. We're working on. We got to work on getting the furniture for that room. We haven't done that yet. So is that everything on the construction?
I'm done.
Back stair tower is about 95% complete. They're just finishing up the drive it on it now. The other projects from there is we're still waiting. We got the response back from the engineers on the study for the clock tower and the roof. The clock tower is in poor condition. All the outside wood needs to be replaced. The roof has several structural issues that need to be addressed and taken care of, as well as sheeting and burned up wood that's never been taken care of from the last fire. So that's, we're actually putting that together to get it designed so we can get that out to bid, so we can try and have that fixed before winter. We're waiting for the engineering report for the air conditioning units on the county office building to get those replaced. So that we're waiting for. And we are waiting for the updated bid specs for the blacktopping work at the jail and also at the courthouse itself. So that construction-wise, that's where we're at on all of that stuff. As far as XNG on Friday of last week submitted their sound study. It was accepted. They were in, according to the engineering company that did the study, they were in there within the requirements. So that was accepted. We had that lawsuit that we filed. That lawsuit has been withdrawn because they've now complied. We did get XNG to pay a $10,000 fine for what they did. Unfortunately, because of things that happened at the Planning Commission gave them approval to operate till July 24th. We were lucky to get that. If we'd gone to court, we probably wouldn't have gotten it. So, because they did have approval to operate from the Planning Commission. So we did do that. The latest, of course, if you haven't heard, XNG this morning has a truck in the ditch and partially on its side on North Road. I just got an update from emergency services. They're following their protocol. Emergency services are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Everything's working well. They are evacuating some people as a precaution. The electric company is cutting the power in the area before they pull it up out of the ditch, so that there's no chance of static sparks or anything like that. There is no leaking at this time. Everything is contained. There was no injuries. Excuse me. Did talk to the district attorney's office before this. They share the same concerns as the commissioners. They are going to look into the issue with XNG. At the same time, they've asked that the police enforcement be stepped up in that area with truck inspections as well as just enforcement itself. So that call has already gone out to try and get this under control. Did I answer all your questions too?
Yeah.
All right. Bill?
Is this in the same area as the last truck accident?
No, it's not in the same area. It's a different location. Still on the North Road.
Yeah, just a bad road for trucks.
Bad road for trucks. Vera?
Okay, I'd like some explanations. When you said $10,000 fine for them, how many days are they fined for?
It's just a lump sum fine. They're not fined for any days. With the passing of the motion at the planning board gave them the 24th, I think it was the 24th of July to be in compliance. So because of that, there's nothing we can do as far as charging them on a daily rate.
Is it more fair to call that a settlement since it was not,
Yeah, you could call it a settlement.
since it was not
Right.
judge ordered?
It was not judge ordered, and it was a settlement. They agreed to pay $10,000.
So then who ordered it? The judge didn't order it?
No.
Good.
No, we approached them and said that, you know, they need to do something, and the attorneys got together and came up with that figure.
When you say they had till July 24th to be in compliance, that does it say that they can operate until July 24th in that order or stipulation?
What it says is the planning commission knew they were operating without it, and the planning commission made the motion to give them till the 24th or the 19th. I don't know the exact date.
I think it was the 21st.
21st. Thank you.
Now, I went to the plant this morning before I came here to the terminal, and I did my noise meter, and it's the same type of sound, you know, at the border of their property in the 70s as far as decibels. So they're saying that their survey shows that they're in compliance, which means they have to be up to 50 decibels or under 50 decibels to be in compliance to nearby houses. And I believe it's about 4 residences that they're testing. So now they're within compliance, and it's right near the edge of the compliance, like 48 decibels. So I would like to know whether the county would ever consider doing their own independent studies to see if their independent engineering studies would match their engineers that they pick.
Well, we are right now in contact with some engineering companies, some sound companies, to take and review that. And currently what we're looking at doing is you know, in the future, when someone tries to get a facility done, we may take and bring in people to take and verify before they get issued their permits. So we may do that.
Okay, that would be good. And then because there's another company that wants to come in New Milford called Pentagon, and they're going to be even larger than this one, having 8 compressors as opposed to 2 compressors. So I can imagine the sound near the homes there, and they're near several homes in that area, you know, in New Milford Township. And the other thing is, when I was following and testing the site, I smelled mercaptan all around the property there, near the edge and near the driveway. And when I park there, I can pick up a strong smell of mercaptan. And that's a poisonous gas. It's not supposed to be prolonged exposure to that. It's supposed to be temporary exposure as a warning for people to leave an area. That's a consistent odor being released to that area and to the workers that work there, besides the people across the road and anybody nearby where the wind is carrying it. And I'd like to know, I contacted the DEP about that. I'd like to know what we can do about odors that people are being exposed to besides noise on a consistent basis.
Well, what the people need to do that live in that area is they need to call DEP and file a complaint with DEP.
And then when I followed the truck, you know where it's going now because the North Road is blocked, north of the site. Now they're going south on North Road, M167 through Montrose. So as I was following him for about 10 minutes, he was going slow, below the speed limit, and the mercaptan was leaking. They leak also, mercaptan, because I also smelled them when they park in Choconet to get gas. And when I went next to the truck, I could smell the mercaptan, and I even questioned the driver about it, and they said, yeah, you can smell it. The thing is, the odor, now I picked it up while I was driving for 10 minutes behind him. So they're leaking it along the road. So that's something that has to be looked into also. I mean, why are we being exposed?
Well, again, that's why we've asked that the police department step up and do more inspections and start pulling them over and start checking them to see what's going on.
Now, did you notice that wall? I mean, the wall that's around it, have you seen it? I mean, what kind of a wall is this? There's all kinds of spaces, openings. You can see some of the compressor that's in there. And it's not like a truly enclosed wall. There's openings, at least 2, besides, of course, above the wall. So what kind of a wall is this?
Well, it's sound deadening material that reduces the sound.
It's reducing it to some degree. So before, it maybe reduces it by what, 2-3 decibels?
Well, I think it reduces it more than that, but again, not being a sound engineer, I can't tell you exactly how much it reduces it.
So at this point, they evacuated some of the people from what I heard, right? And then it's on that road. Do you know what crossroad it's near?
No.
Nagel or something, I heard. And then as far as, and also I heard that they have a sister facility in Manheim, New York, where they're going.
I don't really care about New York State very.
Okay,
So unless you want to talk about Pennsylvania, I don't
I'm
really care
just
what
letting
New
you know
York
that
does.
they just got violated
I
in
don't
New
care
York.
what happened in New York State.
They don't even have the proper permits in New York,
We're not in New York. Anybody else got any questions?
Okay, then comprehensive plan, I'd like you to explain exactly what are you getting out of all of us, those of us who sent in the responses?
Well,
What is the comprehensive plan?
as I said to the reporter, those results are coming back in, they're being grouped together now, and once the consultant has that information, then he'll get back to us. We don't have the information yet.
I understand that, but what could you actually change in the comprehensive plan? What does it actually mean to us residents, you know, what would you actually change?
Well, the comprehensive plan kind of directs the county in the direction that the county goes in, you know, are we pushing more toward business development, are we pushing more toward bedroom communities, are we pushing more toward parks and recreation, you know?
Let's say agriculture.
Well, everything. So it depends on what it says.
And then what is the percentage, you know, that responded? Because I heard it was a very small percentage.
I have no idea at this point. Until we meet with a consultant and get those information, we won't know.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Motion adjourned?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you for coming. Okay.
Get this.